This evening, Omar Sharif's case is put on hold. 3 men rob Annandale Monrepo NDC office. Dataram is back in court. Former President Barrett Jagdeo has plans for his party in 2017. In the region, in Trinidad and Tobago, Attorney General outlines his ideas on how to fight crime. And internationally, President-elect Trump prepares for his big day tomorrow.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rivell Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, safetvguyana.com. Join us. On Thursday, City Magistrate Fabio Azor was stopped in her tracks from reading charges against former Ministry of the Presidency Permanent Secretary Omar Sharif and his wife in the Georgetown Magistrates Court. Andrew Weeks tells us why.
The Georgetown Magistrates Court was busy on Thursday afternoon as some of the top journalists and crime reporters showed up for the results in Omar Sharif case. But the entire session lasted less than 10 minutes when the magistrate Fabio Azor was stopped in her tracks. His attorney spoke to the press.
Well, there's no charge and there's no proceedings. As you heard, the magistrate didn't read any charges to anyone. So there's no charge, there's no proceedings.
Did you see?
The lawyer said, having pursuing the file, an argument of sorts was made between the prosecution and defense regarding an order made by the Chief Justice in the High Court. The order from the High Court was for failing to comply with a production order contrary to Section 26 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, issued by the Chief Justice last year into a tax evasion investigation by the Special Organized Crime Unit. Magistrate Azor was requested the reading of the charges, but stood down pending the further advice from the High Court. The matter was adjourned to Monday, January 23rd. Headline News also understands that the charge had been recommended by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. However, the DPP this afternoon revealed that the file is to be sent back for additional information before they can proceed with charges against him. Headline News was also told that the Special Organized Crime Unit, which has been probing Sharif's alleged involvement in money laundering, had moved to the High Court in an effort to get Sharif to produce specific information and documents that would have aided their probe. Report suggests that he may have been unwilling to provide information and documents to the investigators as part of their investigations on him. Sharif was a supporter of the People's Progressive Party Civic until the party lost the 2015 general and regional elections in May. After the PPC was defeated, Omar Sharif remained as permanent secretary of the Ministry of the Presidency until his arrest for alleged money laundering and tax evasion. He was sent on leave in June 2016 by Minister of State Joseph Harmon after the Special Organized Crime Unit launched a massive investigation into several bank accounts that carried his name and the names of persons who worked close to him. Many of the bank accounts saw multi-million-dollar transactions for several years, and it is believed that the volume and type of transfer may have been what triggered the investigations. To date, Omar Sharif maintained that he is innocent of the crime. We will keep you posted as information unfolds. Andrew Weeks reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. While charges have been dropped against Anjanine Budnarine, the reputed wife of convicted drug dealer Barry Dataram, that Dataram will have to pay $60,000 and serve a congruent prison sentence of 48 months. The ruling was handed down today by City Magistrate Judy Latchman. Dataram is already serving a 60-month prison sentence for narcotics possession, for which the fresh sentence will run parallel. Another sentence of 48 months was also handed to Dataram last year for an immigration offense. Both of Dataram's prison times were handed down by Magistrate Latchman last year. Dataram and Anjanine were apprehended by the Surinamese authorities last year and handed over to Guyanese police. In April of 2015, at Dataram's Diamond East Bank Demerara home, anti-narcotics agents found 33 parcels of cocaine in an upstairs bathroom, 180 pieces in a blue baby tub, and 92 pieces in a black garbage bag in the downstairs dining room, and 142 pieces in a freezer with shrimp in the outer yard area. The cocaine amounted to 129 kilograms, which is the equivalent to 284 pounds. Dataram, during an exclusive interview with HGP TV's Travis Chase in February last year, admitted his own involvement in the drug trade, but added that he had never been convicted for a criminal offense. He had leveled corruption allegations against members of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit at the time. A one-man commission of inquiry, which was undertaken by retired Brigadier Bruce Lovell, subsequently cleared Kanu of the allegations. 3 bandits robbed the Monrepo Annandale NDC head office on the east coast of Demerara after being tipped off that millions are being stored in a safe. Andrew Weeks was on the scene and filed this report.
Armed bandits around 12:50 on Thursday morning tied up 3 security guards and broke into Monrepo's Annandale Neighborhood Democratic Council office in search of $16 million, but ended up leaving with a few items far less than the value of the money they went for. Headline News was first on the scene and spoke with one of the security guards, Siram Bimsin, who was tied up by the bandits. The rope seen here is what the bandits used to carry out the deed.
I just came out back to make a second check, and I confront 2 of the bandits, and one had a gun in his hand, said don't squeal, don't holler, and the next one had a crowbar, and the next one come out back where the trap is. And 2 of them had on what you call a kerchief around the face, and the next one had a gun, he barefaced. His face was okay.
When Headline News visited the crime scene, the office was in disarray, drawers and office doors forced open. Even the small vault, which the bandit believed to be having the millions inside, had coins instead. It was also reported that a grass cutting machine worth over $500 was taken by the bandits.
So they have 2 more guards, but they're down in the back. And they said that they come for some money. They come for the money inside the office. Don't squeal, and they cuss up and things and so on. So they bond my hand at the back and tie my feet. I said, don't squeal, don't say a word, put your face down at the bottom. They said that the girl wired them and tell them that they have $16 million and they get nothing from there. No money at all.
According to reports, someone within the NDC tipped it off the bandits that $16 million was lodged there, which turned out to be false. The bandits took away the security guards' cell phones and monies. The police was on the scene within minutes of the reported crime. The overseer, Parasram Ramkasoon, who was there since 5 a.m. in the morning, said he is calling on the chairman and the councillors to put more enforcement.
First reaction, I thought anything would happen to the guards, so I tried to get onto him, but his phone rang out. In terms of surveillance and alarm system, or what we can put in place if we should avoid incidents like these.
Regional Vice Chairman Mr. Lambert said he supports the tougher security measures at the NDC office, while he has some reservations.
The thing is that they need to look at the people who they employ also, and to ensure that those people, before they employ them, they have police clearance and they're persons who they can trust.
Do you think NDCs need to have armed guards instead of baton guards?
Well, it depends on the kind of assets that they have, because not all NDCs will need armed guards. But in this case here, being a large NDC, I will support them having the kind of security that can secure the premises the way it should be secured.
CID police officers later was on the scene dusting for fingerprints. The 3 security guards could count themselves fortunate to be alive today. The police are continuing the investigations. Andrew Weeks reporting for Channel 2. Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Coming up on Headline News after the break, Midday robbery leaves many stunned, and Guyana prepares for Exxon.
Fly always. Always something new.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Two men made off with over $1 million after a violent midday robbery. Here's more. On Thursday, the relative calm of the midday was broken by two armed men at the intersection of Charlotte and Oronoque Street. The two men robbed a woman of over $1 million and shot a man in the process. At around 12:15 p.m., neighbors reported hearing gunshots from in front of the office of Jiling Auto Sales. Commander of the Guyana Police Force A Division, Clifton Hicken, spoke to the media to describe the scene.
Rifle, a victim indicated to us that she was in a vehicle with a driver, and when they pulled up on the western side of the road in front of Jiling, two men came out of a vehicle that was on the eastern side of the road. One of them held on to the bag with $1.something million. We are not accurate in terms of number yet. And the driver, while he was about to come out of the vehicle, he was shot in his right leg. He's gone to Johnson Public Hospital.
Residents in the area gathered around the scene and offered details to investigators about what they had witnessed. Witnesses had described the vehicle as a dark blue Toyota 212. This is a description that the security guard on duty at the time can corroborate.
A guy came out, over 212, call it 212. He had with him a weapon. I did not see his face though, but I thought he was coming into Jiling, so he waited. And next thing you know, was a girl he was robbing. I didn't realize that he was robbing again. Then he had
Both suspects escaped from the scene of the crime with the money. Police have a description of the robbers and the registration plates for the vehicle used in the crime. Investigations are ongoing. If you have any information regarding the identity of the assailants, please contact the police at 225-2317 or 227-4065. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. Just 1 week after the ExxonMobil oil company announced another major oil find in Guyana's waters, the government of Guyana has moved to hire a consultant to examine the possibility of Guyana setting up an oil refinery. At its last meeting, Cabinet gave the green light for the Ministry of Natural Resources hiring of a, quote, high-level consultant, end quote, to provide an assessment to the government of Guyana on whether investing in an oil refinery is a viable economic action. The announcement was made by Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman, who hosted the post-cabinet press briefing this afternoon. He said the consultant, Pedro Haas, is the Director of Advisory Services for the Hartree Partners Company in the United States. The company provides advisory services on regulatory and other issues related to the oil and gas industry. Mr. Trotman said the services of the consultant have been procured through the new Petroleum Producers Discussion Group, which has been involved in assisting Guyana to prepare for oil and has production. Government has budgeted $10 million for the study, saying, quote, the consultant is expected to provide an assessment within 4 weeks, end quote, Trotman said. According to the Natural Resources Minister, the government has already seen expressions of interest from local and international companies as well as Guyanese for the establishment of oil refineries. Guyana stands to benefit close to 35% in profits when the ExxonMobil company begins its oil production. That is not expected to start until 2020 or just before. Opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo said while he is happy for being nominated as the General Secretary of the party, he has his focus on winning the next general and regional elections. In this clip, you will hear him saying to the media more on his plans for his party. He was speaking on the sidelines on Wednesday at IFU 5th Caribbean Regional Conference.
The primary focus that I have now, my entire attention is focused on building up the party, making it ready and attractive for the next elections whenever they come. That is what I've been engaged on quietly over the past several weeks, and over the next few months, starting from the bottom up, building the party into a strong, vibrant, even more powerful. It's already the largest party in the country, but even more powerful entity to fight the next elections.
So now, Mr. Jack, you look at the construct of the party. Isn't it that the General Secretary usually moves to that post?
No. I was never General Secretary when I became the candidate in 2001 and 2006.
But for now, you're the lead of the party for now.
Yes, because I'm the General Secretary. Yeah.
So you're not ruling out you're not ruling out looking at that.
No,
I know you're looking
you are trying to define how I say things. I said my primary focus now is building the party. That is it, making it attractive. I said to you before, I just met the staff at Freedom House, and I said to them, when people come here, when they come in our doors, they must feel welcome. When they leave, they must have a better impression of the party than when they came in to this office. Our party will open up. I'm looking at more young professionals coming in, more young people, more women coming into the party, and how they get the older comrades to be more active. All of these things are being looked at.
If you were to be selected by a party to be the presidential candidate, is the position you
when we get to that point in time, then you will know.
Coming up after the break are regional and international news.
Fly always. Always something new.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
In news from the region now, in Trinidad and Tobago, Attorney General Faris Al-Rahi has outlined several changes he wants to see made to laws when it comes to crime fighting. At a press conference on Wednesday, he said within the next few weeks, he will be looking to take several bills to Parliament. See News reports.
Elimination of preliminary inquiries, the election that defendants will have for judge-only trials, the improvements to the Legal Aid and Advice Authority, which will lead to a public defender's system, amendments to the Evidence Act to allow for the provision of anonymous witness evidence and the protection of witnesses who are at risk.
And the Attorney General has also outlined several areas where he thinks improvements need to be made in order to win the fight against crime.
The Attorney General said he, along with members of the other crime-fighting agencies, identified 6 roadblocks, one of which is the staffing at key agencies.
The complement of staff at the Director of Public Prosecutions is being improved by the Judicial and Legal Services Commission, but that will only go so far as to give us improvement on 5% of the work. The Office of the DPP performs 5% of the prosecutions in our country.
He said the police service does the other 95% of prosecution, and the case flow from there is of great concern. AG Al-Rawi explained that his office had talks with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution in the United Kingdom and the Crown Prosecution Services in the United Kingdom.
The case flow to allow for prosecutions to move faster involves providing meaningful assistance to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service by the provision of attorneys at law to work alongside with investigators so that cases are ready at the beginning of the process.
He said the proposal to have attorneys at law working with the police service means people will be ready for trial on the date which is given to them in the first instance.
But more particularly available for all of the interlocutory applications, that is bail, objections to bail, etc. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is earmarked to be implemented alongside the operationalization of the criminal procedure rules.
The appointments for the trial will be made by the judiciary. According to the AG, this is very important.
Those rules are to come into effect in April of 2017. And those rules will mean that persons are no longer set on very long lists for mention to be brought up from the prisons and then sent back without their matters being heard in any meaningful way. Instead, appointments, paper management, and sanctions for failure to be prepared will be applied by the judiciary. And the judiciary is currently in training exercise with the criminal bar to ensure that this happens.
According to Mr. Al-Rawi, this will then lead to a national prosecutions agency,
which is intended to work alongside what we're doing with the build-out of the Legal Aid and Advice Authority into a public defender's department. In a public defender's department, the issue of counsel of choice falls apart. If your attorney is not available on the occasions when the court has provided for you for that attorney to appear, you will be provided with a public defender.
He said a DNA register will also be set up for people who are in prison, as well as all of those who have been arrested. Rishi Harinanan, CNews.
And internationally, today begins early for President-elect Trump at the exclusive White House guest residence. And from there, it's a day of tradition and ceremony throughout Washington, D.C. BBC News reports. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and SaveTVGuyana.com. You can also tune in at 6:30 tomorrow morning for a rebroadcast, and Friday evening at 6 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast. Thank you for welcoming us into your home, and do have a blessed evening.